Welcome back. If we had to rate our next guest from 1 to 7, it would be a 7.
Whoa!
It's Strictly Judge Len Goodman.
Hey!
It's time for Strictly. Come on!
7! 7! 7! 7! You are amazing.
You are like a Cumberland sausage chasing the mustard. He's gonna kick off tonight. Plenty of tricks and plenty of treats. You want to shine, you have to polish. It was an explosion.
And Len joins us right now, and it's lovely to see you.
And I a handsome devil.
You are
I never
handsome devil.
realised.
I was thinking that myself.
Oh.
Now, this series, a real diverse bunch of celebrities this year.
What? You know, when it all kicked off,
Yeah.
and then before the big reveal, I thought, well, this don't look motley crew we've got here. This ain't going to be.
Really, did you?
Well, yeah, because you don't.
We all looked at it and
you
thought,
know.
oh, that's a good lineup.
Well, I thought there's plenty of characters, but I thought, oh, they're not going to dance much, blah, blah, blah. But it's turned out fabulous, I think, and that's what is great about Strictly, I think. As it goes along, you get to know them much more. You know, people that are on Holby City or so on, you only know that character, but
Yeah.
you gradually get to know them.
Know them as people. The thing that I like about this series is that there's not one person where you go, oh, they're going to walk away with this. It's obvious they're going to win. There's actually people who've all individually had incredible dances.
Yeah.
But then one week they're at the top, and then somebody will do an amazing dance. So you don't really know who's going to take it.
It was like Sophie Ellis-Bextor.
Her Charleston was one of the best
was
things I've ever
incredible,
seen.
and that was about 3 weeks ago, and the next two have not been quite up to scratch. You know.
Do you like the characters?
I do indeed. I think it's terrific, and I love Dave Myers and Mark Benson. I think they're both terrific. Then you've got the big hunky Benko, and it's a real good mix.
With Dave Myers, because everybody always says, oh, you know what, though, now with this halfway point, if he's going to be there knocking out good dancers, then he shouldn't have his place. We hear this every year.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Well, you know, it is what it is. He's been, as far as the judges are concerned, he's been bottom every week.
Yeah.
But I do understand that if you're sitting at home and they announce, well, Dave Myers, if he's back next week, will be doing a Paso Doble or whatever, you think, oh, I've got to see that.
I agree.
And you phone up, you know, and I think that... And I think those characters, the Ann Whittakers, the John Sargents, the Russell Grants, they're memorable for the fun that they bring to the
It's
show.
obvious that you absolutely love it, and we love you on it, but it did really give you an entirely new career, this side of the Atlantic and the other.
I was 60 years old. You know, I was half retired from being in my dance school. You know, gradually I only went 2 times a week, and then suddenly Strictly came along and they said, would you be interested in being a judge? And I said, well, I'm not sure. I thought it might be a bit of a Mickey take and not, you know. But anyway, I did it, and then, blow me tight, and next year America asked me to be on their show. And
would you have ever imagined, when you were a lad in the East End, that you would be jetting backwards and forwards across the Atlantic?
I was a welder on the docks, you know, I was a welder. And one of my mates used to go ballroom dancing, and he said, there's loads of girls there. I was 21, I thought, oh, I'm going to go.
Perfect.
Perfect. So off I went, and
well, you put it all into a book.
This is beautiful. This is My Lost London, a personal journey, and it talks about your time growing up in the East End, and also the difference between then and now. I mean, this is a very nostalgic look back at how London was.
And I think you could do it not only about London. I think every city. You know, just how in you know, I'm still a relatively young chap, as you can see. How so much has changed, you know. I went round where I used to work as a welder on the docks. There was thousands of men. You couldn't find even the factory. I couldn't even guess where it was anymore. It's just houses and flat. And the smogs that there used to be going on, you know, when I was a kid, the pea supers, as they called them. You can't imagine that you couldn't find your way home from 200 yards, but you couldn't find your house.
But what interested me was you were talking about Bethnal Green being like a village and how everybody had their front doors open and there was a real sense of community at that time.
Yeah, in my road, Harold Street, every door was open. Every kid would be going in at every other kid's house and playing and so on. And that's how it was. You know, and Bethnal Green and the East End was really Londoners. And that's all gone now, you know, they've gradually all moved, as my family did, we all moved into Kent and others moved into Essex, and you all move away.
Yeah.
And so that sort of community feel has gone now, unfortunately.
I'm flicking through the book while Solly's doing the
What are you looking for?
Well, I've done all sorts of bits and pieces because as I was trying to find the snog.
There's some wonderful
picture,
pictures, eh?
Oh, the pictures,
and you know, all about the ballrooms. There was a dance hall in, you know, the Lyceum.
Well, we've got a picture of you in your first car.
Oh,
Here
there you are.
There,
On the
look,
left. That's you in the car.
In the
isn't
car,
it?
that's me.
Look how cute.
And just on the right there, you can just see a bit of the beetroot boiler that my nan used to boil the beetroots, and she used to wash me in it just before the beetroots went in while it was tepid. And you can see I needed a bit of a scrub up.
I know, look, but you're having fun. See, that's when kids were out and about playing, getting grubby and dirty.
Yeah. That's right, you know, and I think that helped us with our immune systems a bit, you know. If I dropped a bread and jam on the floor, my mum would just thought, that'd be all right, go on.
Do you miss what it was then?
Listen, I miss what it was, of course I do, but, you know, you end up, you get what you want, but you miss what you had, in a way, you know. I must say London's a much cleaner place, it's more healthy and wholesome, you know, in comparison to how it was when I was a kid, but there was something about it that was so much fun. And
we've got this picture. I've managed to find it here. The LP Supers.
Yeah, look at that. You can't imagine, can you?
There's the shot there. Look at that.
Incredible.
You can't imagine how, you know.
You got lost in your street, didn't you?
We got lost in our street, and if you were in my dad's old car driving, you had to find a bus and get behind the bus because and the bus conductor would be in front of the bus walking because you couldn't see the curb. So. You can't imagine that it can possibly be.
So in that way, we've definitely improved.
We certainly have.
It's a lovely book.
It's a good book.
So nostalgic.
I was so proud of it. You know, I am. I'm proud of it because I think the pictures are wonderful. You can just look through it and it's just, I love it.
Trip down memory lane.
Yeah. Lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you.
Yeah.
Good
luck for the weekend.
We're watching on Saturday.
Come on.
Who's going this week?
Well, it's got to be Dave, I think. Isn't it?
Don't know.
I don't know.
I wouldn't possibly comment. I thought you'd said I don't know. I'm surprised you gave me an answer there.
Well, we'll see, eh?
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.